We've now switched to King of the Castle. Ah, shit. Hold on 1 second. We've now switched to King of the Castle. We're King of the Castle. Before we King of the Castle in it, I'm gonna thank a couple people for joining me. First of all, every one of you, thank you. And then also, I want to thank the King of the Castle devs who retweeted this stream. So that's cool. Thanks, King of the Castle devs. Very appreciate it. I'm King of the Castle. I'm King of the Castle. Anyway, I want to thank Focant, Master Van, and Bobo, who all subscribed. Thank you. Livlin subs says, Happy April Fools. Woohoo. Thank you. Skittle Soul subbed. Hey, Pat, it's been a while since I could sub. Thanks for all the content. Give babies love and give the mustard wife some mustard. Will do. Will do, buddy. Wool and Mass Waltz and Mr. Sups all subscribed. Thank you. Kid Envy kicked in a sub to say, bark, 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 bark. Kiso kicked in a sub. Ayo, 2 years. Pog, thanks for the last, Pat. Big love to you, Paige and babies. Thank you. And Havarti Parmesan, thanks for the 5 gift subs. Oink. Oink with me if you're my pig. Oink. No, cool, Mike. Up to 4,000 people can join the game. We're going to be playing against Twitch. So it'll be all of you against me. Bobo subbed. Thanks, Bobo. Dova Dude kicked in $5. Thanks, man. Howdy, Pat. Speaking of campfire stories, my pop served in the 101st Airborne in his 20s, which was the 1980s. Used a bayonet and sometimes a motorcycle for minesweeping for real. If you want to hear more about it, about Lee's stint in the Army, can send some to the podcast. Now, Army stories are cool. Send them in. May not listen to them, though. Second Ezekiel subbed, and so did Cashew Love. Thanks, guys. All right, losers, let's load it up. And to those of you who are not here for the last stream, I'm probably gonna bust this thing out at least once a month. This shit fucking kicks fucking ass. For real. Oh, I gotta turn off it. All right, wait, hold on. The PlayStation's still on? What the hell? Why is the PlayStation still on? PlayStation, get out of here. I don't need you. I don't need you to be on. Get out of here, PlayStation. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Alright, come on. Game capture. Dredge? No. King of the Castle. There we go. King of the Castle. There we go. We did it! Alright, so we're gonna start a new game with new players, obviously. I'm gonna go to customize. That's my king. That's what I look like. I'm king. Look at me. I'm cool. I'm cool as fuck. I'm gonna, excuse me, message Paige. Gonna let her know. She might be busy. I'm not 100% sure. Is there a point to buying this game myself, or is this just a stream game? Okay, so that's a great question. There's a couple ways you can play the game. Right? Back. There's, where do you do that? You can play a game against Twitch, or you can play a game against 23 of your other friends. So, if those of you who own the game can customize your boys and ladies, such as... Now, since I'm going to be the monarch, I won't have to do that. Let's start a new dynasty. Monarch name is Pat the Great. The dynasty name is Zangiferdom. And I'm gonna go by he, him. I didn't become a fucking werewolf, okay? I became a fucking werepig, okay? Fucker. Let's begin. So, you can have a party game where your friends can join the game via an internet browser, so only one person needs to have a $5 copy of the game. All they need to do is go to KOTC app and input the code. It has a 24 player limit. Or you can play on Twitch. Once I select this, then you'll be able to join, freaks. Let's continue. Now, the last time we played with the Barons of the Marsh, the Counts of the East, and the and the Patricians of the Coast. So, I think what we need to do is go with the chiefs of the north, obviously. And we need to go with the grandees of the south. So, their pagan religion and prowess in combat. They are impassioned duelists and etiquette and the ninth god and whatnot. And and you know what? I don't know who to pick for the last spot because we had the counts and the barons and the patricians. Personally, I think that because the barons never got a win last time, that the barons should get their shot again because the counts and the patricians already won. I'm going to begin. Now, type join and then your pronoun and you'll show up. I will now wait for you guys to come in. Oh, I just saw Lobster Priest get Chief of the North. I see Third Wells in the Grandees. I see Stealth Fart in the Barons. Incredible. Okay, we're up to 100 each. I think we have about 1,500 people in here, so I'm going to wait till it hits about 500 total, which would be about 150 each. Peach is on the Chiefs? Shut up! I didn't even see that. Oh, shit. I think Paige is eating dinner right now. Oh. Of course Paige would join the Chiefs, right? Paganistic warrior women's. All right. That's about 400. That's good enough. To start, let's go. Let's see. Oh, the Chiefs and the Barons have an incredible military. The Chiefs have zero religion, however. The Grandees are a highly religious force. Interesting. All right, well. The path to victory. Let's do it. Your Majesty, the first few years of your reign are difficult. You're new and unproven. The nobles and the council will scheme against you, hoping to kick you off the throne and put their own puppet claimant in your place. Oh no! To defeat their schemes, you must secure an heir and prove that you're worthy of the crown by completing an ambition. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? Well, we have some excellent military forces here. Faith is going to be tough. I'm going to go as a conqueror for the military. A warrior king is sure to be remembered fondly if he wins more battles than he loses. I suggest that you focus on improving the kingdom's overall military. Once you have an heir, I'll discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck. All right. The council introduction. Now that you're king, your first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. Your nobles hail from across the kingdom, the wintry north, the scorching south, and of course, the bleak-ass march. Chiefs of the North. Good luck. Oh, it's Dead Guy died. Good luck in the days ahead. Your greatness, you'll need it. Introduce yourself to the Grandees. May the ninth god bless your reign, your highness. I trust you'll conduct yourself with honor and faith. Thank you, Semprus and the Barons. Hey, it's Altiz and Rises. Hail well met, your majesty. Under your leadership, we'll whip the kingdom into shape. And with that, the introductions are done. Council hall immediately fills with raise, blah, blah, blah. You sigh and sit back. Is this what the council's like? No wonder your father told you avoid the throne. Coronation. You're gonna get, Paige, you're gonna be able to start to fuck me over right now. I've scheduled your coronation to take place in a week. Shouldn't I be giving the orders? Of course, your majesty, but to delay any longer would make the nobles restless, and when they get restless, they take their daggers and look for the nearest bag. What must I do? As is tradition, the council will decide what happens at your coronation. Let's get it over with then. Shall we call the nobles in? Well, here's things that we can do. No need for, I can veto you. To anyone who hasn't been here, I can select my preferred option, or I can veto a choice. We can host a lavish parade, which is cool. Proceed with a religious ceremony. Throw me into the river, or no need for coronation at all. So I'm going to veto outdated traditions. I'm going to have a coronation regardless. And now, type !vote and then the letter of your choosing. And unshockingly, once again, you are overwhelmingly deciding to throw me in the river. This is now 3 for 3. If I hadn't have vetoed that the first time, you would have all done it the first time. Fuck you, woman. I just saw you. I see you, woman. I see you. Into the river I go. Stability has gone up, but authority is a little dubious. Let me get changed out of my nice robes. The nobles pick you up and carry you out to the river, hurling you into the shallow water with a cheer. When you climb back up the banks, soaking wet, the chancellor steps forward and places the crown upon your head. Is your imagination or some of the nobles' stifling giggles? And that's the end of our first season. Bjarn from the Chiefs. Chiefs of the North, we all know that I should be on the throne, not this imposter King Pat the Great, but how will we make this happen? All right, this includes my wife. How do you guys want to do it? How do y'all want to do it? You gotta vote. You're gonna vote to raise my authority. That's an interesting one. That is interesting. The vote has closed. Prophecy. They plan to realize an ancient northern prophecy. Before the new king rises, the kingdom will be ruled by a mad tyrant. To advance them, they must raise authority to 5. 2 more seasons. I'm stuck at 4 right now, gang. Here's the Grandees. A false pretender occupies the throne. Oh, it's Xenoviva. While my claim is ignored, Grandees of the South, it's a stain upon our honor. We must not allow it to go unanswered. What do you guys want to do? Lower stability? Raise your own farming, which is already pretty high, actually. Or intimidate the others. Raising your own farming seems like a good start. Now, you don't know what it'll turn into later. So they're probably going to want you to raise your own farming to number 4, which you're probably going to get through instantaneously. Voting is closed. The grandee claimant Xenoviva has been chosen by the 9th god to be the next queen. She has promised him a first miracle, food for all. To advance, they must raise their farming to 5 within the next 4 seasons, which you've already done. Congratulations, grandees. Congratulations. One of the barons of the march backed down from a fight. Well, you lost both prior rounds, bitches. Never. I'll do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful queen, on the throne. This is Gloria. What do you guys want to do? Lower authority, lower stability, or lower the military of others? Lowering the military of others is going to be pretty rough, considering the Chiefs have a 7. Okay. You take that, Chiefs? Modernization. The barons plan to modernize the king's army in such a way that it's totally under their control, but first they must prove that the military is in need of reform. To advance, they must lower the other region's military to a combined total of 10 or less. Well, they're at 11 now, so that's not too tough. All right. Okay. Time to end the season and move on. All right. Let's get my honor guard in, shall we? Now that you're king, you need personal protection. I could plunge my sword in your heart right now, could I not? Please don't hurt me. You need an honor guard to keep you safe from dangers, your majesty. Unfortunately, this is political. What are my options? Each region offers a selection of elite guards, the chiefs with their most famous warrior heroes, the grandees with fierce battle nuns from the Sisterhood of Seal, and the barons offer a squad of battle-hardened veteran soldiers. These guards' loyalties will be divided between you and their region. Of course, you could just hire foreign mercenaries. They're loyal to coin above all. Tell me about the northern warriors. Bearded oafs, axes, and no manners. They'll get drunk and cause trouble in the palace. No discipline, can't guarantee they won't run off on some random quest, but they're honorable and in a fight unbeatable. What about the southern battle nuns? Terrifying, and they sort of vow silence, so at least they won't spill state secrets. But their faith and loyalty is to the church above all, even above your own safety. What about the march veterans? Their soldiers have fought more battles than they've had hot dinners. They're uncouth, no doubt, and they won't adapt well to life in the palace, but they're loyal and tough as nails. What about foreign mercenaries? Band of fearsome fighters from the Tatterlands called the Battle-Bitten Brethren. They specialize in bodyguard work, but they're costly, and hiring foreigners will be considered an insult to all regions. Well, I am going to put my feet in with the Northern Warriors, because maybe that means my wife will come and help me. The North is now loyal. Thank you, North. The warrior heroes arrive a few weeks later. They swagger in with big grins and bigger axes, belching and singing and roaring out unsavory jokes. One of your couriers faints. All right. Down to the march to deal with a theft. Hey, Rain Mage. Your Highness is an outrage. I demand justice. Last week, Grandee Ararabis shook my hand as a supposed show of reconciliation and stole my family's lucky ring! Ninth, preserve us. Nonsense. Rummage through your drawers, and I'm sure you'll find the thing. A feud had stood between our families for centuries. Ararabis' ancestor called inquisitors on my ancestor for being a demon worshiper. It's because his ancestor was growing horns from his forehead. Enough. I know they stole my precious ring. It brings the march great luck and bounty, and my dear cousin is to wear it when they marry. What are we gonna do? 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 Well, you all have the ability to make this choice. I think that what you guys should do is let them figure it out themselves. And go! You guys are assholes. You're gonna arrest him, right? Just like that, huh? Just like that. Just like that, huh? This definitely won't blow up in my face. Definitely won't blow up in my face. Well, I mean, that's pretty definitive. Sorry, Rara Beast, you're getting arrested. You're aggrieved. I'm innocent, I tell you. Come on, out you go. Well, Rara Beast number 2 has joined the council, so that's nice. As the watch drag him out, the council hall falls in stunned silence, but the barons share satisfied glances. Well, everybody loves me except for the grandees now. Great. What's the northern prediction? Oh, it's myopic vision. Excellent news from beyond the sky. As your highness know, I'm an amateur astronomer. I have seen a solar eclipse visible from the north. We must encourage the kingdom to gather beneath the dark sun and experience this once-in-a-lifetime event. Gods above, nay. An eclipse is a warning shadow from the ninth god, a sign that the kingdom has fallen to shadow. All the nobles start talking at once. Some are excited, some horrified, but all are pretty loud. Well, we could focus on holy protection. We could encourage visitors from the north to witness it, Or the sun-obsessed fools should focus on the land, not the sky. I'm going to veto. This. Oh, you're split between. Yes. Yes. Wow, you guys are just beelining, huh? To maximum defiance. Really unsure as to what's going on with that. You shouldn't be encouraging this shit. Thanks, Ion Vapor Studios. As the word gets out, visitors from all across the kingdom drift over the north. Well, that's the end of that season. All right, time to start auction. Nobles use your personal wealth to bid, and only the 2 highest funding will be built. Use the command !fund X and Y. X is the character code, and Y is the amount that you're pledging. Go! So what do you guys want to fund, huh? I'm seeing the Chiefs are funding a monument. The Grandees are split between funding an aqueduct and a stadium. Can't figure out which one they want to do. They seem really torn. They're using up all their cash. Personally, I would have gone for the aqueducts, but I mean, who am I to know? Wow, Grandees have no agreement. Absolutely none at all. Running up the tally so high, wasting all of their cash, dropping their own military. That's weird. That's gonna bite them in the ass later, gentlemen. As they've now succeeded in giving the barons a successful, the barons are funding it? Wait, what? Oh, you guys can fund each other's things? Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting. Let's go find a spouse. In the twisty passages of your castle, you can avoid advisors, the nobles, even the spy master, but there's one person you can't. Your mama. Why haven't you found a spouse yet? It's been almost a year. Is it really that urgent? Of course. Don't worry. I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What's your preference? Men, woman, or do you not mind? I'm going to go for girls. That's just me. Excellent. I'll send out messengers to influential noble families. All right, we got a solar discovery, and we have word from the march. Well, the march is extending all over here now. Interesting. This is where the patricians used to live. All right. Word from the march. My liege, I have something embarrassing to report. Remember when I accused him of stealing my family's lucky ring and he was arrested? Funny thing, my cousin was the culprit. I needed a ring to propose to my dear Tristana. I knew our families would never allow such a match, so it had to be secret. And I knew the magic ring would bring good fortune. It was the perfect gift. By the nod, my dad rotted away in prison because of this travesty. Your family are honorless knaves. Do you think I'm letting Tristana anywhere near that cousin of yours? For once we agree. My liege, step in and end this ridiculous romance. I'm going to veto publicly forbidding the union. We can either bless the union or throw our hands up and be like, listen, not our place. Not our place to judge. Well, the voting has closed. We're gonna bless this union. It's about love. Defiant. Oh man, they're mad, huh? You formally bless the upcoming marriage. Both barons and grandees are outraged, claiming you've disrespected their centuries-long feuding tradition. However, as wedding preps begin, the story of the Love Star couple catches the imagination of the Marcher peasants who work together to make a huge wedding cornucopia. We have increased the stability of the union. That is good, you know. Solar discovery. While scouting the north for a prime eclipse viewing spot, my servants discovered a portal. It's a shimmering shadow hanging in the air about the size of a door. We threw a rock in, it returns as a slab of polished obsidian. How exciting. Naturally, I sent a servant through next. I saw a red wasteland beneath a sky whose color defied description. I recall a tale of my childhood from such a land, where fairy beings gave vast riches to those brave enough to visit. Riches, you say? The spoil's on my land, so I have the rights to any riches it may contain. But I discovered it, well, my servants did. Great treasure lies beyond, I'm sure of it. Ooh, 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 ooh. Well, interesting. I would personally I think that since he owns the land, he owns that portal. Personally. And I don't want you guys to spend any of my money. We don't want what happened last time. That was bad. Come on, guys. Vote A, please. Come on. Oh, well. You guys chose B. I guess the Baron's Defiance will go down. Darn. The Barons are delighted and start making preparations immediately. The kingdom awaits to hear what riches or horrors are within. Meanwhile, complaints from the chiefs grow as the eclipse draws nearer. Pat bag of coins is noble money, stack of coins is kingdom treasury. Yeah, I know. I know. Far to the north, where snows blanket the landscape and wolves howl in the night, the chiefs uncover an ancient prophecy foretelling the rise of a tyrant king and the warrior who will overthrow him. Congregation of God speakers huddle around tablets, detailing the supposedly ancient story, whispering excitedly. Praise Morgana, the tablets are genuine. Then the gods are good, and we are blessed. Bjarn will be our king. All hail the Lord Render. They chair and all sorts of shit. They dump a goddamn ale on him. The influence of the old gods is spreading. We must ensure to keep the old ways of the north alive, and surely Morgana will bless us with the power to crown Bjarn. For the next stage, they must lower their faith to 4. All right. Who to tax? Who to tax? I believe I will tax the barons, because fuck them. How's the rebellion? Well, the barons and the chiefs aren't able to rebel, but the grandees are fucking pissed. I didn't even mean to make you pissed. The other guys made you pissed. Eligible options. I found 3 potential matches. 1 eligible young woman from each region. Choose wisely. You'll be securing a powerful alliance. And a powerful life to have and to hold. Don't forget. But the alliance comes first. Your mother leads you to the Great Hall where she's arranged 3 portraits. Alright, let's see the eligible bachelorettes. First one. This is Odwin, the firstborn daughter of the northern Baron Brandflake's clan. She's been a melancholy sort ever since she was a child, but otherwise she's decent company. Always get her nose in a book, from what I've heard. She was already engaged once. Didn't last. No one's sure why. Not interested. Next. From the south, Vina, the eldest daughter of the Heartless Healer lineage. She's reputed to have an ego the size of a sun, but there's nothing wrong with confidence, right? Savvy businesswoman who had success on the spice trade. Unfortunately, the business went all belly up due to her ramshackle accounting. Not bad at all. Finally, of the March's offering, Ulrica, sign of the prestigious Cherry Burnout bloodline. Typical Baroness, really. Loud, brash, self-absorbed, mostly well-meaning. Like most of the barons, her passion is hunting. No beast safe from the crossbow. She was high up in the army, training the troops, but was dishonestly discharged for some reason. Sounds like... Is that all? What do you think? Of course, by picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance. I have made my decision. I would like Vina of the South. You guys are now less mutinous. Less mutinous. You pieces of shit! You were trying to fucking rebel while I was trying to fuck on you. I was in the middle of wooing your royalty and getting the fuck on you, and y'all were voting to rebel. Y'all trying to fuck on me. Your Highness, troubling development of the prison at Cuervo Keep. The great southern prison for the worst criminals. Massive castle perched on a desert mountaintop. Alas, prisoners at the keep have staged a mutiny. We have no idea what wrong, but they've killed all the guards and taken Cuervo for themselves. We've come to your holiness because the prisoners are now making demands of you. If you don't respond, they'll kill their hostages, including the Cuervo Keep's owner. Grandee Monster Envy. Oh no, Monster Envy, you're gonna get killed. You're gonna die. And what's their demands? They want their crimes forgiven, pretty standard. But they're asking for a gold payment and free passage. This is fucking outrageous. We can't fucking... Alright. They're gonna kill nobles. Let's vote on it. We could give in to the prisoner's demands, which is outrageous. Outrageous! I'm gonna veto giving in to their demands. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. I think what would be best for everyone, and morally so, is to agree to their demands and then kill them. That's what I think is the best thing to do. I think, yeah, I think it would be hilarious to agree to their demands and then murder them, personally. I think that's really funny. I think that, like, that's some real Julius Caesar shit. Now, guys, I appreciate we're all in this together. You know, we're all in this together. I appreciate it. Thank you. We're going to agree to their demands, and then we're just going to ice them out. Authority is now iron-fisted. Chest of gold's wheeled out, and the soldiers surrounding the keep put down their arms. When the prisoners leave the keep, hostages in tow, the ambush takes place. Bloody massacre, with minimal casualties, as expected. The grandees hail this as a great victory, with a parade through the nearby city, and the heads of the mutineers are put on display to deter any further rebellions. Hey, you guys are down to insolent! Good for you! Good for you! Oh, excellent! Even just a little bit insolent. The happy couple. Your Majesty, the couple from the March on the South are here to speak. Oh, Your Majesty, you've brought us so much joy. I can't believe we finally get to be with my dear Tristana. But all's not good. We wanted to get married and start a farm together. Enjoy some peace and quiet for a change. All we need is each other and a few adorable animals. And the wedding would be tiny, 300-400 people at most. But of course, Rain Mage and Arare Beast II refuse to give us anything. Please, Your Highness, help us just once more. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I think that you know, we should smooth things over with the remainder of the people. Make sure you guys are happy. You know, I did bless the wedding. I know you guys didn't like that. I do think it's funny the two of these options are the grandees and the barons fighting between who should fucking offer up some goddamn land. That's really hilarious. Looks like the grandees are giving up some land. Bummer. When he realizes the council's decision is final, he grudgingly hosts the wedding in his manor and hands over the third side 30 acres as a gift. The wedding itself is a modest affair for nobility, but Elke and Tristana don't mind. They only have eyes for each other. Wow, Aurora Beast's wealth go down. Your trade went up, so that's good. Bard sees on the story, making it more and more dramatic in every telling, and praising Aurora Beast II for eventually coming around. The story puts the grandees at an advantage at a negotiating table. As for the couple, they live happily ever after on the land with the help of the Lucky Ring. Elke cultivates a flock of sheep who follow them devotedly wherever they go. I can't... Yeah, I don't think the grandees understood they were giving up their own land. Excellent. Well, that was a good season, everybody. Good season. Good season. Let's end the season. By a royal decree, we can tweak the laws governing how the council votes. We can't pass more than 3 of these laws at once, and only one may be used for votes. Yeah, reverse voting is the most fun by far. By far. The royal wedding. Your wedding to Vina is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. Feels like you're the only one not taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in Sir Bertrand's cathedral with Vina at your side. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? I do. Then I pronounce you king and wife. Ooh, authority and stability are way, way, way up. Way up. Defiance is now down to insolent. After the wedding, of course, there's a feast, and after the feast, a dance. At the feast, your new wife, Vina, delivers a long, rambling speech that puts everyone to sleep. By the time you find yourself alone, it's past midnight, and you've never felt more tired. What a wonderful occasion. A shame that tradition demanded we marry in St. Bertrand's Cathedral. I assure you, the temples down south are much grander. I hope you're not feeling homesick already. Of course not. Never get homesick, actually. Can't abide people who waste time dwelling on the past. What are your thoughts on the state of the kingdom? Well, you know, the kingdom looks after itself. Changes the topic to talk about something else she's more interested in. Spend most of my time making absolute bank. Hand over fist. I'm wealthy as fuck. It's because of my hard work. Other than the small loan I took for my payments. That's so interesting. It is, isn't it? Anyway, to continue on the subject. You gently fall asleep to the sound of her droning on about herself. Brand new harvester. Your Majesty, the Scot. By the way, guys, you're probably going to want to stop them from getting too much farming. They're about to kick it down. They're going to farm themselves into a win. Your Majesty, the scholars and great thinkers of the South have inventing a new farming implement. Fuck. It's some kind of horse-drawn machine that automatically reaps and threshes grains. They call it a weed eater. It's revolutionary agriculture. Would be of great use to us in the north. Our farms are struggling to keep up with demand, you know. Why not share your designs with the likes of you, Northern Leech? Ooh. Our people work hard on that machine. We deserve to reap its rewards, not you. Okay. I'm going to set a law. I'm turning on reverse voting. Reverse voting means the least popular option will win. That's a good choice. We are going to compensate the grandees for the invention and share it with the others. The grandees' wealth has increased, the treasury's down, fair price I assume, and farming is up for everyone. Rewarded for their ingenuity, the grandees are satisfied, as is everyone else who produced brand new wheat eaters for their farm at lightning speed. A missing noble. In the capital, the solar eclipse does little except make the day a little gray, but the north is a different story. Your Majesty, the moment the sun went dark, Baron Nico Supernova entered the shadow portal and vanished. Not sure what we'd expect would happen, but I warned the council of his ineptitude. Well, I'm gonna veto this. I'm not spending money on that. You guys figure it out. Not spending money on that shit. That's y'all's problem. Y'all, you guys did that. That was all you. And they're gonna send in the troops. The March are sending their own military in. And they failed. The soldiers, Baron Nico Supernova, are never seen again. And he died. And he's dead. You prophesied the Ninth Herald has finally manifested on Celeste, taking the form of humble noble known as Xenoviva, who hails from a farming town in the Southern Hills, or so the grandees claim. Peasants all over the South are flocking to you, Xenoviva. I knew you could do it. The plentiful crops have been a significant boon to our economy. Now that's what I call a miracle. Praise be, but this is just the beginning. With him on our side, we will capture the minds of the common folk and lead a holy crusade against the false king. People still need a push. With the right amount of chaos, the peasants will take up arms and die for you. For the next stage, the grandees must lower stability to 4 or less. Amidst the dark and foreboding forest, a small squat castle stands watch over the Marcher border. There, at the end of the kingdom, a plot is hatching. The kingdom's militaries are in shambles. Those pathetic weaklings couldn't fight their way through a field of rabbits. Drafted the reform proposals as planned. The council will be more than happy to follow our lead. Good, but we must ensure they don't get skittish. The kingdom must be stable for our proposal to work. Grand, a calm before the storm. For the next stage, they must raise stability to 5 or more in 2 seasons. Well, shit. 5 or more, 4 or less. There's no winning this. You're all gonna... Everyone... Oh, boy. Okay. Okay. Y'all can go piss on each other. How do you expect me to take this seriously, you crack-brained simpleton? Shut your daft mouth and give me what I'm owed, you honorless dog. Calm down. This pimple-headed lackwit expects me to pay her a huge quantity of gold because her great-great-father beat my great-great-grandfather in a foot race. Debt owed is debt owed, isn't it? Your Majesty, I only recently discovered this debt while combing through my ancestor's journal. Honor dictates that Baron Gilroy Goldblood is liable for his ancestor's debt. By the 9th, ludicrous. I demand we put this to a vote. Yes. Yes. I'm vetoing the interest. Sorry. Oh, looks like that debt's getting canceled. Looks like that debt's getting canceled. That is 1 canceled debt. It's too old. Hurrah. Glad to see this council sees a reason on this matter. A debt's a debt. Does nobody care about Eleanor? No. Also, I married one of y'all, so shut up. An exotic plant. Grandee Pungacha strides into the council chamber, brandishing a clay pot from which glows a long, leafy plant with floppy yellow flowers. Our farmers have discovered a new type of plant, Your Majesty. I thought you might like to name this exciting discovery. I want to name it Planty McPlantface. Descriptive. I love it. This stuff grows wonderfully fast. Tastes horrible, but the farm animals don't mind. I suggest we grow it in the south as livestock feed. Maybe it'd be a nice addition to Playalist decor. We're going on reverse voting. Reverse voting means the least popular option will win. Personally, I say we cultivate it in the south, but that's just me. You all clearly disagree. Y'all want me to steal it. I see. I guess we're gonna steal it. Not all grandees are happy about Planty McPlantface being uprooted and put in the capital, but the Pungacha is grateful for the cash. Meanwhile, Planty McPlantface quickly establishes itself in your greenhouse, along your walls, and occasionally creeping into the windows. That's gonna come back on me, isn't it? Pat the Great, I had something I wanted to ask you. What is it, wife? What can I do for you? As you surely know, I run a very successful textile mill back home in the south, but the current laws are a little restrictive. Lots of tariffs, lots of regulations. You know how it is. So hoping you could push for some changes in the council. Maybe eliminate some of the working regulations for southern textile. You want me to give the south preferential treatment? I think it's only fair. The other regions just can't compete with us in the trade anyway. Yeah, okay. I would like to strengthen safety standards. Wait a second. Yes. Suck it, wife. Now everyone will be safe. They can't unionize because of the monarchy, so. You know how it is. Safety standards are going up. Can't believe you're letting this happen. I should have known those ingrates would vote against me. Though the new safety standards caused some unrest. The workers are quick to thank you. At least something good came of the vote, but Vina's not happy about it. Well, the South is really pissed off. But stability's really nice. Well, that's it for this time. Time to start another auction. What are you guys gonna buy? What are y'all gonna buy? Looks like you're aiming for a prison and a lie Barbie, which will directly cancel each other out. Good choices, gang. Really good choices. I'm glad that you're spending approximately 100,000 gold to achieve nothing. Yeah, one faction seems to be spending less. Looks like the richest nobles are all grandees. Wow. Amazing. Stability up, stability down. About my heir. Marriage has grown stale, but you get along well enough, but they've made some good memories. But there's no spark. Cares more about profits than happiness. But spark or no spark, you need an heir. Congrats are in order. The royal wedding was a magnificent affair. It went okay. You're still in power, aren't you? Got the crown on your head? That's what matters. You've done well, but something's missing. An heir. You need somebody young, whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own would do the trick. Or even if they're a bastard, or the youngest of your many cousins. I will make my youngest cousin my heir. Entirely sensible. I'll make the arrangements. Pagan prophecies. The Northern Chief's God Speakers have uncovered an ancient prophecy. Let me guess, you think it's fake? Of course it's fake. Nothing those pagan gods have ever said or done is real. It's but one of the countless myths they use to justify their behavior of immature heathens. What she means to say is the Chiefs plan to use the prophecy to justify unseating you. True or not, many Northerners believe it. What's it say? Prophecy tells of an authoritarian king overthrown by a Northern warrior, the savior of the pagans known as such as the Thronebreaker, Sword of Valor, or the Lord Render. That's you, by the way, the authoritarian king, not the Lord Render. Prophecy calls for the collapse and death of all false gods, including the ninth, whom Nelquist will lead into a bubbling cauldron disguised as a magical pond. I mean, that sounds pretty heretical. Worse than heresy, it's a lie. It strengthen the church in the north. Besides falsifying the prophecy, it might even save a few misguided northerners. Pagans will still worship their old gods. However, if we don't act soon, the kingdom will be lost. All right. Guys, we can delay, or we can order some false priests to get some priests in there and call them all a bunch of dick-headed heathens. Now, I think the real problem here is that decrying them or not won't matter, because it's only going to go up by 2, and their fucking prophecy has to be 4 or less. Won't matter. Archbishop mobilizes the priest blood. Emergency sermons are held in every church, warning the faithful to stay vigilant against pagan lies. Well, they're mad about it. And the Jesus did go up, but it wasn't enough. Hundreds of priests are sent up to the north to preach to the local populace, which naturally causes tension with the chiefs. You hope it'll be enough. It's not enough. Modernization proposal. Your Highness Barons have plans the council to push through a number of military reforms. For the good of the kingdom, they say, but the reforms are designed to consolidate marcher control over our ranks. You gotta stop them. In this situation, I can only give you advice. The Barons are waiting for a period of stability. Allow them to pass necessary amendments while everyone's guard is down. Unless there's some drastic developments within the next few months, I predict they'll be proposing these reforms pretty soon. You bring the revelations, which the Barons wholeheartedly deny. Alright, we can accuse the Barons of treason. That's cool. We can stall the military reforms with legal shit. We're gonna let them go on past. Reverse voting! The least popular option will go through. Well, they're going to get delayed. Call upon the best legal scholars. Your chancellor digs deep to the dusty records to find any laws that might be to your advantage. Barons will no doubt push past each obstacle with enough effort, bribery, and coercion, but at least they bought you some time. Their stat goal will not be evaluated until the end of the next season. Far to the north, ancient ceremony in Smoky Clan Hall reaches a fever pitch. Bjorn, the chief's claimant, sits atop a throne of bones, surrounded by god speakers chanting in a foreign tongue. And thus, with Morgana as my witness, I hereby crown you the King of the North, the Lord Render, soon to be King of all the Kingdom. Glory to the Lord Render, chosen of Voltar. Glory to Morgana and the North. The assembled chiefs roar and chorus with each other. Steins are smashed together at once. In celebration. Now let's bring down the false king in the south and fulfill the prophecy. The only question is, how? Well, that's unanimous. Christ. Now, I want everyone to notice, by the way, that this is the Chiefs' third win condition. So if you guys allow the Chiefs to succeed in this, we're all gonna lose. So it's destined. So it'll be. Spread the word to all Morgana's children. The throne breaker has risen, and the false king will fall. But first, we drink in honor of the gods. More cheers erupt. Come morning, there will be a lot of work to do. For the final stage, the chiefs must lower their defiance to 1 or less. Deep in the south, a grandee paces along the balcony of their hillside villa. Just not enough. The peasants love Zenoviva and believe the miracles. They won't rise up to put her on the throne. They'll come around. King's golden age can't last forever, can it? Lower stability to 4 or less. All right. Enjoy that tax, you fucks. Oh, you're mad. Ooh. Palatial planting, huh? You feel relaxed and full of energy as Pungacha rolls into the council chambers. The stray tendril of Planty McPlantface is curled around the arm of your chair. Wonderful. Oh, this is going to be a problem, isn't it? Wonderful day, isn't it? I'm feeling fit as a fiddle. Yes, a few of the scholars have been researching the properties of proper Planty McPlantface, and the scent of the flower says euphoric effect. Perhaps that's a good thing. If it makes everybody more cheerful, what's the harm? I'm keeping it. You can't get it out of here. You can't get it out of here. I'm keeping Planty McPlantface. And I'm going to keep it there. Hopefully it won't go wrong or bad. Oh, fucking mosquito got in here. God damn it. But I can't see it because the lights are too dark. Shit. Is the delightful plant too good to be true? The grandees are relieved to find that their precious Planty McPlantface has not lost its good reputation. When you settle in your bed that night, leaves coil across your ceiling. The south. You guys are chilling a little bit. A new baby! Hail, my liege. Some fine news from the common folk. A baby's been born on your birthday, bearing a birthmark on the shape of the number 9. Fantastic omen. Maybe we should mark the occasion? I have no strong feelings about this. You guys can do what you want. The king has no say. Okay, I'm genuinely shocked you guys want to send the Inquisition. That's weird. That's a weird thing to do. It's kind of strange. You know, if 5 more people voted C. If 5 more people voted C, we could totally just... You could get C. You know that, right? If just a couple more people voted C. If just... Ah! Yeah! Well, I guess we're gonna gift the parents a bounty of jewels. Huzzah! Cheers, your majesty. The common folk will appreciate your generosity. There is another matter. They asked permission to name the baby. What do you think? The more Pat the Greats, the better! Huzzah! I'll have the housekeeper give them the good news. Wandering Kaivo walks away. Child of the march, name for you. Who knows what sort of person this baby will become? You can only hope you're around to see it. Ooh, a stone maiden. Behold, your majesty. Debrikishaw pulls aside a tarpaulin to reveal a granite statue of Baron Super Soldier Baron Super Spider 51. Statue's impeccably detailed, the expression of frozen grimace. Sad sight, isn't it? The sculptor's pretty talented. No, this is not a statue. Seems the Stone Maiden is abroad in the march. Isn't there a fairy tale about her? Old women scare their children with tales of her. Aye, she's a walking statue with burning yellow eyes. All who meet her gaze are turned to stone. She sleeps for years at a time before waking and terrorizing the kingdom. She must have ambushed Baron Super Spider 51 on his latest hunting trip. Please, your highness, we must do something. Well, Super Spider, enjoy being Super Spider the Second. Well, we could hire a wizard to take care of this. Personally, I think we should. I don't know what this feels like. It's going to have some kind of disastrous effect on the military, and I don't want it. I want this monster gone. Also, we've never gotten to see the wizard solutions. Who knows what'll happen? You send word that you need a wizard, and fast. A few days later, one arrives and presents a hideous spectacle indeed. The wizard is a smoking ruin of twisted slag, mouth stretched in a silent scream, carried into your throne room atop a palanquin. He's set down carefully by a team of sickly-looking apprentices. Here you are having trouble with a woman who turns people to stone, a matter I regretfully have some experience with. Haha. I can make this problem go away for the advertised fee, and a small sacrifice. All requires one of the king's teeth. Why? Wizard business. Survey the worried faces of your nobles. Allowing this wizard to pull out a royal tooth looks weak, but condemning your citizens looks cowardly. No! Eat shit. Very well. But remember that you could have avoided what comes next. Stone Maiden, enraged, stalks the march for weeks, turning thousands of peasants into twisted granite figures. At long last, she retreats to her lair, deep underground. On the bright side, the barons have plenty of oddly realistic statues to sell. After several rounds of deliberations, the council approves wide-ranging military reforms to the kingdom's standing armies. The barons are the major contributors to the new model army, having volunteered their expertise and manpower in these trying times. Their newly found authority brings riches to the march, merchants seeking to sell arms, mercenaries seeking employment, and even young peasants looking to defend the kingdom. Meanwhile, in a foreboding march or fortress, the barons are celebrating. Ha! Can't believe they went for it. This is all well and good, but we haven't won yet. We have to make our final prep to take control. What is your final prep to take control? Unshockingly, you're going to attempt to raise your own military. Now remember, guys, this is vital. If the barons succeed, you'll lose. There can only be one winner. One last thing remains, defiance. For our final march, we'll need a sizable home garrison to repel opportunistic attacks from other regions. Final stage, your military must be 7 or higher. By royal decree, we can tweak the laws a little bit. I'd like the monarch's iron choice, please. And I'm going to get rid of the regular monarch choice. Fever? That sounds bad. Sparkling energy brought by early planting McPlant face blooms has been replaced with a fever. Indoors, the air is thick with its heavy scent. Sweat pours down your brow like a waterfall. When servants open the windows, leaves and stems crowd inside as though hungry. It's afflicting Vina, too. Both of you feel it dreadful. With scholars from Kell University investigate planting McPlantface, it becomes clear that it's responsible for the sickness. Southern farmers, could you actually help me out with this? I'd really appreciate it a lot if you could help me out with it. It'd be really cool if you did that. Wow. You know you're going to cause the others to win, right? You know that's what's going to happen, right? Wait it out, huh? Authority is down by 1, but defiance is now agreed. You take your planning McPlan face decorated bed and allow the Chancellor to deal with day-to-day matters. They treat the South very well in your absence. A little too well, according to the jealous chiefs and barons. Oh no! Defiance went up for the chiefs. See? You gotta think ahead. A few weeks rest, you're feeling more like yourself, but the place remains shrouded in planting McPlan face. Ceremony of friendship. Your Majesty, too long have we let tensions simmer between us. We are citizens of the same kingdom, aren't we? Just want to assure you the chiefs are loyal, despite the rumors, and to prove it, let's hold a ceremony of friendship where we renew our feudal vows. Sounds meaningless. It's very solemn and ancient, dating back to Queen Iga the Reconciliator. It's dripping with meaning. Basically a big party followed by renewal of vows or loyalty. The chief's only affair, by the way. Other regions are not invited. Though, unfortunately, we still need council approval to open up the treasury purse strings. Well, guys... do you think... you know what? Let's reverse vote this. By reverse voting, the least popular vote will go through. Do not vote C unless you want to hand the Chiefs a win. If the Chiefs get that defiance down, they're gonna win. Guys, you gotta pick one of the others. Guys, Guys, you have to pick the others. Come on. Pick B. Pick B so the Chiefs don't win! Do you want the Chiefs to win? Come on! Just 3 more Bs! 4 more Bs, come on! B it up! Oh, I don't understand the Grandees voting C. I don't understand any of you guys voting C. Wait, I'm an idiot. I can't... fucking reverse voting is so stupid. I'm so dumb. I tricked myself. Anyway, across the kingdom, workers put down their tools to celebrate the enduring friendship. Meanwhile, you lead the chiefs on a public procession. Anyway, point is, defiance is now crumbling. Sunset chiefs kneel before you in the city square and repeat their feudal vows. You anoint each other with the foreheads with a dab of sacred oil. They raise to your feet and embrace you one by one. Booming crown. So you shouldn't have voted. Oh, I'm stupid. Whatever. Your Majesty, the yields from the southern farms are crazy. Pets have even hybridized a new variety of wheat so dense a single slice of bread sustains you an entire day. I have to assemble a team from the university to study it. Could benefit the whole kingdom. By the 9th, wait a moment, you can't spread our secrets to anybody. Have you know that our produce is very much in demand. We're just in the middle of securing a wheat trade with Tavolin. These eggheads could disrupt things terribly. I'm going to veto paying the grandees. I don't have the money for it. Don't have the money for it. Interesting. Looks like the kingdom's gonna get stable. Peasants across the land start thinking you invented it. The marvelous Pat the Great's wheat that begins thriving throughout the kingdom. You become known as Pat the Great, the gardener. For the grandees, they're affronted, citing trade secrets. They've been planning to name it something like Southern Blessing. But Pat the Great's wheat has a better ring to it. The council has spoken. Alright. Okay. Wow, these two are right there. 7 and 1. Be aware. Your heir. We find an heir. You stand before the council holding a small child. Should I die, ask the crown be passed to my cousin and adopted son. Assembled nobles break out in polite applause. Designated heir, you cemented the stability of the kingdom. We're going to name him Pat the Great number 2. Gods are good, your highness. I'm sure little Pat the Great number 2 will grow up to be a chip off the old block. All right, this one, I'm a little worried about this one. I'm a little worried about this one. Planty McPlantface has covered the entire palace, blocking sunlight on the windows. When Grandee Pungacha comes to the council hall, his steps are strangely rigid. Your holiness, Tendrils of Planty McPlantface burst through his torso, twining around his arms, takes another shaky step, and still alive, animated by the greenery. Having a bad day? We must live. The other nobles scream and scatter as leaves erupt from his mouth. The puppeted figure reaches thorn hands towards you. Now, we can deal with this calmly. Bodies, more bodies, all green. Your northern warriors spring into action, fucking his all ass up with brutal efficiency. Collapses on the ground and more leaves burst from his throat. There, he lies still. All the nobles start shouting at once, demanding action. Okay, well, the southern soldiers aren't going to be able to burn it. Personally, I'm on the witches. I'm on the witches. This is going to be a bigger and bigger problem long term. For everyone. You guys are psychos. You guys are psycho freakazoids. All right, well, that's a weird vote. Well, we're going to clear the palace, but we're going to keep some of them. You have the palace staff clear out as much as they possible. Most survive the process. I've cultivated a small cutting of the plant in my most secure chambers. For emergencies, of course. But as rumors spread about Spymaster's creepy plant, it's harder to recruit staff. Some say you've been possessed by the dreadful Planty McPlantface. I mean, that could have gone worse. Invitation. Your Majesty, this year we'll be holding the Winter Feast in my clan hall. It'd be an honor if you could attend. Very sorry, but you can go fuck your own ass! You would refuse an invitation to Winter Feast? What kind of king are you? I don't know how we got saddled with having this weak-hearted southerner in charge. Auction it off, freaks. Boy, I sure do love the barons and the grandees. I do love to kiss on them. Moo moo. What are you fuckers voting for? You're voting for a fortress, and you're voting for the prison. Stability down, military up. That makes sense. I can understand that. You're mostly fighting for your own goals. None of you are none of you actually are thinking about stopping other people's goals. You should have funded B to screw over the barons. My ambition. At the start of your reign, you said you wanted to be a conqueror. So far, you haven't convinced anyone. The kingdom's armor is mediocre. You won't be doing any conquering anytime soon. Also, everyone is mad at me. Alright, I'm going to finish this and then go help pee the dog. Current ambition isn't working. If you want to stop them, you need to pivot. Change your image. My advice would be to infiltrate them with spies. Defeat their schemes with your own schemes, but your other advisors have other ideas. Your Majesty, if you help spread the zeal of the ninth god, the church will lend our full support. Without the backing of the church, the nobles wouldn't dare move against you. Common folk are a sleeping giant. Even the nobles are afraid to wake. If you become beloved by the peasants, the nobles won't dare overthrow you for fear of revolution. Don't listen to them. You heard of the Scepter of Sages? Lost artifact, forged by Queen Alma the Wise. There's a legend that any king who recovers it will rule over a golden age. You know what? I'm going to leave you guys with that, and I'm going to think about that and go have the dog pee. Excuse me.
Let's go.
And we're back. All right. What are my options? I'm gonna go with... I'm gonna go with... Beloved by the common folk. Stability and farming. Wise decision, Your Majesty. I'll begin recruiting town criers to shout about your achievements. First, you need some actual achievements. Priority is to just raise stability and overall farming as high as you can. And there can't be overall rebellion. A plague of rats! Shit! Jewel strides into the council chambers, distraught, waving a dead rat. Fields and the barns to the north are overrun by vermin. We know more poison. We can't cope. Jesus shit Christ. Interesting. You decided to aim at the 60% stability. Are you hoping that it'll fail? Let's see. It failed. Send barrels of poison to the north. They're closely guarded, but during night, one of the barrels goes missing. Word gets out, rumors erupt. Who stole it? Is it an assassination plot? Is the king poisoning citizens? Was the rat infestation a cover story all along? Rats die, but the unrest remains. The missing poison is never found. Roving hunters. Your Majesty, 2 barons are on their way from an epic hunt and seek shelter. In exchange, they're willing to gift you a rare trophy and provide meat. They can stay, but I don't really feel like a feast. You invite the barons and their retinue and exchange pleasantries before turning in for the night. Later, you hear strange noises coming from the quarters, like pigs squealing and snorting. What on Celestat did they bring here? Investigate it. Creep down the corridors and push open a door. They stand before you, transformed into hideous porcine beasts that stand on 2 legs, with snouts, tusks, and floppy pink ears. Your Majesty. Cappuccino Gil, how could you be a pigman? Gil, no! And no bad guy! Oh my god! What the fuck's wrong with you? It was the meat, my liege. We hunted and butchered an ancient legendary beast. We were told it was cursed, but also told devouring it, the spirit of the sword itself, displayed great power. We never thought this would be our reward. Don't worry. I'll keep your secret. Thank you. 1,000 thanks, Your Majesty. We think the transformation is temporary, but it may return in the future. Not to worry. We'll find ourselves secure when we get back to the march. Good luck, guys. They nod furtively and scramble out. Next morning, you part ways, who look like ordinary humans. Not obvious if the curse was temporary or if it's just hidden during the day. They thank you for the hospitality, gifting you some of their hunting trophies, including the barbed tail of a fearsome northern wyvern known as the Sky Darkener. We're gonna go with a common tax. Okay, everyone, you can all chill out. You can all chill the fuck out, okay? Everyone chill out. We're all chilling. Ambition, beloved. Your Majesty, the common folk are swayed as easily as a dandelion in a gale. I'm confident they can make them adore you. This will be the biggest public relation campaign the kingdom's ever seen. You'll tour the kingdom giving speeches. Town criers will proclaim your great deeds from every court. Well, how much would that actually have? A group of town criers file into the room wearing bright red coats and each holding a very large bell. Chancellor motions to the group. Immediately start ringing their bells and bellowing about your greatest deeds. Wonderful, aren't they? What? Signals frantically, and the town criers quiet down. We're helped by the fact that the kingdom is harmonious. It's important that we keep it that way. Must also keep something else in mind. A hungry peasant is never happy with their king. Luckily, the land is bountiful. If the peasants remain comfortable and well fed, you'll win their devotion for sure. Looks like I'm succeeding. Wild beast attacks! Your Highness, I bring ill tidings from the north. Wildlife has gone berserk. They're attacking villages and travelers. Beasts, you say? Tell me more. They're great hulking beasts, clearly twisted by magic. Some say they walk and talk like people. The northern warriors are afraid, because we're pussies. They'd say the creatures are a dark omen, a sign of the end. Good God, what's gotten into these chiefs that can't handle a few wild animals? The other regions have plenty of their own problems, my liege. No one wants to march up to the frozen north for something like this. Then what am I about to do? Point of order. Though the church's presence in the north is minimal, we will provide shelter for those who need it. All will be welcome, whether they're adherents to the True Guard or not. It's the least we can do. Or, if you can afford it, send an attachment of mercenaries who aren't afraid of a few wild bears. They should put an end to this crisis. Okay, well, we can't let the Northerners do it too bad, because they'll fucking get so mad they can overthrow me. So, we're gonna pick one of these two options. Actually, no. Farming's not gonna go down. Oh, you're gonna hurt my authority? And my farming? How could you? Defiance is gonna go up? Oh. Why are chiefs voting A? Explain the pest control is not usually part of the king's mandate, but the chiefs don't agree. Strange beasts continue to ravage the northern countryside, continually eluding any soldiers. At the very least, their attacks lessen with time. Your Greatness, unfortunately, there's been some strange things happening at the newly built monument. I'd rather keep quiet. But the other nobles can be so judgmental. Don't want people to think I don't have a grip on my monument. Don't worry, buddy. I'll keep it quiet for now. Thanks, Your Majesty. Odd symbols are being painted on the bricks of the monument. Nobody knows where they're coming from, but those who stare at them grow restless and flee. What should we do? It'd be horrible for visitors. I say we set troops to guard it. Clan warriors to guard the monument. They're professional enough, it's how detailed reports back. Right now, the only notable visitors are stray cats, but the guards bow to keep an eye on things. No, we're going to continue on this. Rebellion report. We got 2 guys on the verge of rebellion. Hurry up! You've got another speech to give. The peasants demand my presence. You're hustled into your palace balcony, below which a sea of expectant and unwashed faces gaze up at you. As you step out, they erupt in cheers. Hats are thrown. Someone faints with joy. Everywhere you've met the same reception. The public like you. They really like you, but you need to turn that into love. As you launch into your fucking shit! God damn it! Launch into your speech, the peasants start to chat amongst themselves. Half the crowd drifts away in drips and drabs. You don't make much of an impression. Oh dear. Better luck next time. The more of these speeches you give, the better you'll receive. More beast attacks. You must do something about this wild animal problem. It's getting out of control. Isn't those beasts that were attacking the north? Aye, only they've migrated and are ravaging our farmlands. Wouldn't rule out the possibility of a ploy by the chiefs. Those heathens have no respect for their neighbors. Tried to warn you. Can't blame us for this shit. Settle down. We just have to vote on it. Guys, if A goes through, the Barons are going to instantly win. You really do have to know that. The Barons will instantly win if A goes through. Oh, man. You do your best to diplomatically explain to Baron outdated splash page. Your hands are tied, but he's not too happy. The Marcher soldiers beat back the tide, but not before suffering losses they won't soon forget. Good day. We report we found something beneath the northern monument. There was a sickly, pale man living there. Haven't seen sunlight in years, sneaking out to draw those symbols in the cover of darkness. Says they're protective to keep the building from harm. Not sure. Seems harmless, but completely unhinged. Harmless? Evil magic, that's what it is. This warlock can only be cleansed with fire. Interesting. I'd like to burn him, please. I think that would be cool. No? Okay. That's a little strange. But okay. Despite the High Inquisitor's protest, you put the Northern Monument out of your mind. Unfortunately, the peasants don't. Panic spreads. Symbols are seen as the devil's work. Many workers refuse to even enter the monument for fear of strange magic. Alright, well this is going to be rough. Letter of thanks. Your Majesty, a letter for you. The Chancellor hands you a small tattered envelope. On the back is a seal you don't recognize, but you're sure it's from the march. Recently, you hosted us when we were in need. You'll be pleased to know we've been cured with the help of a powerful witch. Please accept this gift. We'll always be in your debt. Chancellor hands you a small box. Inside a number of gold coins and a ruby-encrusted silver brooch. I believe this is for me. Thank you. Opening strike. Too long have those bastards in the Crown Lands held us down. Too long have they called us heathens and mocked us. Aye! Now it's the time to take up our axes and fight back. Morgana's with us. We'll burn their churches and string up their lying priests. Aye! Now I ask you, brave chiefs of the Free North, where will we strike first? We launch a preemptive strike against the barons to cripple their military. If we suspect they may join us, we can call them to war. They'll be well likely to join if the king's authority is low. Or we can send in an assassin. Dishonorable, but convenient. Barons, you gonna take that? Barons, you gonna take that shit from them? Wow. You're just gonna let them stomp all over your balls, huh? Lord. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. I fucked you? You fucked yourselves, Barons. You're in with me now. Surprise attack, slashing and burning their way across fields and farmlands. Before they can get too far, however, the Marcher army springs an ambush, catches the northern soldiers totally unawares. No mercy for traitors, long live the king. Northern army are forced into a disorderly retreat, back to their own lands, losing demoralized troops to ambush and desertion. Good one, Marchies. Rebellion! Long last, the chiefs have reached their boiling point. They're confronted in the throne room by Phoenix Skip, his tattoo seeming to shift in the light of the braziers. The chief of the north will rip that false crown from their head and stomp it into the mud. We will be fighting for glory, for honor, for beyond the true king. Formal declaration of war. The next time we see each other, we'll be on the battlefield. Yo, kill this dude! Traitors get the chop. What? You can't do this? I'm an envoy. See how the king's tyranny grows worse? Dragged out, his head struck from his shoulders. Didn't expect them to move so boldly. What are our chances? Badly outnumbered. Your hopes are slim. How did it get so bad? Leader of the rebellion is Chief Jar 704. Reason for your uprising, he's citing your price transgressions, mainly your refusal to attend Winter Feast. Urge to murder rising. Yes, Your Majesty, hold on to that feeling. You'll need it. Civil War? That's right. Ignorance divided. There'll be a lot of death and suffering before this is over. Can't wait. Let's dig out the trebuchet. What are you gonna do? I find it very strange. Very strange that you guys are still able to fund things. Very strange. Hey, Barony, I'm gonna suck every one of your dicks if you win this war for me. Just big old glomper. Big old glompers out here. Time's up. Stability took another hit. However, you guys got a military. Loyalists have got a point. Sickness spreads. Shit. Terrible sickness spreading among the troops. Kind. Done a lot of digging, a lot of retrieves, and a lot of graves. What can we do? Let the disease run its course. We've lost soldiers. We can't afford to lose, but I'm not sure how much we can do. Perhaps the council? So the only people who can fucking vote now are the barons. You guys are essentially the entire government at this point. I think we should use some money and keep your military up. Personally. Otherwise, you're going to have a real hard fight against these dudes. And don't you forget, the chiefs and the grandees will fuck your parents into the grave. They'll do it. They'll butt fuck your dad into a shallow ditch if you let them. Know how to treat this. Simple remedy. Garlic, wormwood, spleen of goat, lots of leeches. Of course, gathering ingredients isn't cheap. A great expense. Send the best doctors from Quail out to the march to cure your troops. Hope they're worth the money. The doctors work, and some of your soldiers die, some survive. All in all, appears to be working. Still lose plenty of troops! But of course, at a time when you can least afford to. But after a few weeks, the sickness is defeated. Great battle. Let's do it. Vast armies darken the landscape with the shadows. Flags are flying. Drums are pounding. It's civil war! At least that's what you imagine. Most of your time's in the palace. Your Majesty, the North is marching on the capital, led by treacherous cur, Chief Jar 704. Receive word of the commander of our loyalist forces in the march. If they march now, they'll intercept the chiefs in a matter of days. Although they could join forces with the South. It's risky, but they'll have a higher chance of defeating the accursed chiefs. What are your orders? This seems like a bug. This seems like a bug, considering you're an open rebellion. Y'all should fight them head on. I'll relay your orders. Hopefully they'll do as they're told. We have our orders, but should we follow them? Well, guys, figure it out, I guess. Because I don't know how this is going to work. I actually don't know how you're going to meet up with a rebel army. What's that going to do? I don't know. That's weird. Whole city holds its breath. You stew in your palace, waiting for your marshal's return. Burst into the throne room, drenched in blood and sweat of battle. I was getting nervous. At dawn, we drew up in battle. It's all very orderly, but after the trumpets, it's nothing but blood and screams. Northern army smashed into our troops like the fist. Seen some battles, but never massacred like that. So much blood. Utterly annihilated. Some of the marcher forces may have survived. I don't know. I had to get out of there. It's all your fault. If I remember correctly, you gave the orders. Barons followed them. Blame's on you, and everybody knows it. Enough! Next battle. Marcher army was routed in the aftermath and scattered all over the countryside. It'll be months before they regroup. We have to rely on the grandees. They'll all come down to the next battle. Fate of the kingdom. I'll lead them! Must advise, you'll be in great danger. Inspiring as your presence may be, your death or severe injury would destroy it. No! Very well, I'll prepare your armor and horse. You ride at dawn. I have troubling news. The Northerners, they've got some terrible creature fighting for them. Bears and wolves that walk on two legs and talk like people. If I didn't know better, call them werebeasts. You gotta be joking. Deadly serious. This just proves that winning the war is even more important than before. The chiefs clearly serve the deposed gods, or some twisted interpretation. We're no longer fighting for the kingdom, but the ninth god himself. These monsters will be a boon to chiefs' armies. They're ferocious and very hard to kill. At least there's only a few hundred, as far as I can tell. Only a few hundred? Well, that's alright then. Small Murphy, see, but we should be grateful. God damn it. 9. Lord. Common tax. Unfortunate. Offer from the mercenaries. Abandon the mercenaries in the Tatterlands have offered to support you. Sons of Vermin. Don't know much about them, but we can't afford to turn them away. How much are they asking for? 1,000 gold. Could be worse, right? Let's run it by the council. Barons, unless you want to lose, your only chance is to shore up that army. You guys want to actually have a good army too, right? They do need to buff the Monarch. This is insanely difficult. Sons of Vermin arrive. When your marshal reports back, she looks uneasy. Dismal lot. Common bandits rather than elite warriors. Let's hope their looks are deceiving. Seeing how it turns out. Next few fucking yeah! The Sons of Vermin strike repeatedly at their supply lines, vanishing into the undergrowth before the enemy can muster a counterattack. Constant ambushes are having a real impact. Money well spent. Calling the cavalry. Marshal strides in. Had trouble with the last skirmish. Is everyone alright? Humorless grin. Our cavalry charged. Those rebel bastards lined up their pikes and just waited. Wasn't pretty. Some of our soldiers got away. Most of the horses didn't. This is a problem. Exchanging diplomatic messages between the Asmodean Empire. They're willing to donate war thoroughbreds. It's in their interest to keep the kingdom's leadership consistent. Don't trust them. They want us in our debt. I suggest we send scouts into Northern territory and steal from their most foremost equestrian. That'd be dangerous. Perhaps we can purchase the Baron's horses. Baron Ark Sorian has decent herds. All you want is handshakes and greasy palms. This is war, not a country fair. Okay, guys, listen, guys, okay, guys, I want you to send a diplomatic envoy. Don't try and steal the horses. If you try and steal the horses, you'll lose. We need money in the treasury to pay for arms. Okay? I'm not taxing you. In fact, I'll tax the other 2 fucking pieces of shit later. I'll do it for funsies. They return a week later, frowning. Heard back. He's delighted to show his kindness, but this kindness comes at a price. He has his eye on the march. Asks for a frankly lopsided agreement on shipment of grain. I suppose we could send him cash from the treasury. Let's discuss the options. For what it's worth, I think that's wise. What shall I write back? We'll send money. Okay, guys? All right? See? We're cool. To the first skirmish, the marshal returns. Wasn't sure those soft-ass Midian horses would make it, but they're really decent. We surprised the enemy and they scattered like the cowards they are. She bangs on a fist on the table for emphasis. Servants scurry to pick up the scattered papers. The final battle. It's the night before the final battle. The atmosphere of the march or camp is subdued. Everybody knows the chiefs are formidable. On the journey, you've had to leave most of the luxuries of king behind, but your marshal was good enough to ensure the royal command tent's always stocked. Drink only enough to steady your nerves. Take a sip. Your hand trembles only slightly. Tomorrow we fight. How you feeling? A little nervous. Entirely natural. Anyone who's not nervous doesn't understand it. Now that you're here, we need you to lead the troops, otherwise the morale will plummet. Of course. Glad you understand. The next day at an ungodly hour, you climb onto your war horse and ride out. The sky's blood red. Flags whip in the wind. Horns blow. Drums beat. Both sides in battle formations, with the enemy visible only as 1,000 gleams of swords and armor. Your troops are looking at you. They expect a speech. Fucking yes! They could take your lives, but they'll never take my life! Your soldier... Yeah! Your soldiers reply with a full-throated roar that nearly knocks you off your horse. Hang back with archers, boys! Rather than risking your neck, you decide to hang back, close enough to the action people can't describe you as a coward, but far enough that you're probably safe. You watch the battle from afar. Heart beating in your ears like a drum. Troops clashing. All you can do is watch and hope. Battle lasts for hours, and then in an instant, it's over. Chiefs are running, and instead of fighting them, your soldiers are cheering and chasing them down and shoving swords in their fleeing backs. Your marshal appears at your side, still astride her horse, a fierce grin of blood-speckled face. Victory. Glorious victory. We did it. Claps you on the back. We did. After the battle's won comes the bloody unpleasant business of hunting down and killing the enemy before they can regroup. Their screaming faces will haunt you for a long time. After that comes the celebration. Your soldiers rampage around camp, drunk and singing raucously. Just happy to see another nightfall. Meanwhile, you and your marshal retreat to plan the next move. Feeling that we've missed something. No need to fret. Everything's perfectly... At that moment, a frantic soldier bursts in. Your Majesty, we've received words from our scouts. I don't know how to say this. Spit it out. The chiefs must have split their forces. The army we defeated was a diversion. They've got another regiment making its way through the Crown Lands. They'll be outside the capital in a matter of days, and the barons are too far away. What do we do? Prepare for a siege. Got a lot of work to do. Build up the castle, stockpile food, train up a citizens' militia. Don't worry, it's the last ditch ploy of a defeated army. We need to outlast the siege. Barons will come to our rescue. Five victory points for the Loyalists. The war's end. Sun rises on a city in turmoil. The chiefs begin their assault last night. You've heard nothing outside but screams and howls and clash of blades. Half the capital's in flames. Soldiers rush back and forth, shouting panicked orders. You haven't seen your marshal since the night before. Maybe she's already dead. You're honor guard in the streets, building a barricade and organizing last-ditch defenses. Vital work, but you're vulnerable without them. Royal court is empty, except for you, your wife, and your cousin, cradled in the arms of the nanny. His crying is giving you a headache. There must be a way out of here, some secret passage you've saved for a rainy day. Tell me this isn't the end. Let's ask the spy master. Your Majesty, you gotta see this shit. Follow me. She leads you and Vino up over the palace walls, where you look over the endless mass of soldiers rampaging through the streets. In the darkness, you can make them out. Only silhouettes and countless glimmers. You duck as burning arrows sail overhead. Why'd you bring me here? Look closer, your majesty. The army is shifting and convulsing like a great beast in pain. Horns trumpet and hooves thunder. The barons and the barons have arrived in full force. A mighty hammer smashing the chiefs against the walls of the city. Victory! After that, it's just mopping up. The chiefs make a brave final stand, don't stand a chance. Their army is crushed. By dawn, the corpses of their soldiers clog the rivers and blanket the streets. The crows feast like never before. Soon the armies of the barons and the barons are parading through the city, waving banners and showing off their loot. Meanwhile, Chief Jar is brought to you in chains. Common folk crowd the palace to watch the trial. We fought with honor. Our ancestors smiled at us for resisting your tyranny. Die. Stiff-backed and silent, he's dragged out to the city square and led up to a platform before the roaring masses. The executioner axe falls. The head bounces into the crowd, the common folk kick it around and cheer. Yo! And just like that, the North is defeated. The rebellion is over. The kingdom is yours. As you sit resplendent atop your throne, the common folk raise a mighty cheer. Long live the king, they shout. Long live the king. I swear to God, if that wins because of this, I'm gonna laugh so hard. The Blood Oath. Your Majesty, exciting news. The Northern Chiefs recognize the turbulent state of the kingdom. They've decided to throw their weight fully behind you, for better or worse. What a coup. They invited you to sign an accord of friendship and witness the commitment to unwavering loyalty in a special ceremony, some kind of northern custom involving a blood oath. Great, when are they arriving? They volunteered to host, taking the liberty of arranging the trip. Most helpful with the prep. Why can't they come to me? I'm afraid not. The chiefs were adamant that the oath take place beneath a sacred oak. It's central to the ceremony. Sounds an awful like a ritual. Yes, I thought so too. But I'm sure the Archbishop won't mind, just this once. The unity of the kingdom. You'll be leaving at the end of the week. Didn't see any reason for the delay. Before you leave, you make sure to check in with Vina. Not sure why you're bothering. Sounds like a waste of time. Look after Pat the Great too while I'm gone. Oh, of course, I'll make sure he doesn't get in any trouble. Bring me a souvenir. Maybe they make nice for coasts. The journey north is long and arduous. After your carriage gets stuck in the mud a third time, you wonder if maybe you should have diverted more funds to northern infrastructure. Such a pleasure to see you, your greatness. I hope the ride wasn't too difficult. How are you finding the north so far? Rubbish. Though they try to hide it, their face twitches in annoyance. Then they force a laugh. Your Highness, allow us to change your mind. We've got food and drink laid out. Some of the North's best meats. Do tuck in. The food's pretty good, and the music's not bad, though you're not sure what the bard is singing about. Food's delicious. My greatest thanks. We do pride ourselves on a good feast. Just wait until after the ceremony. That's when the real fun begins. Almost as soon as you polish off your meal, Chief Invidia summons you out into the cold. You find a mass of chiefs circling a gigantic barren oak tree. In the distance, a northern god speaker chants a deep, droning incantation, a language you don't understand. Where do I stand? Right over there, just underneath the tree. Perfect. You stand beneath the tree, chanting god speaker. You spot a dagger in her hand, but no sign of a goat or cow or any other sacrifice. Now then, time to take your oath. You all swear your fealty to the one true king from now until your dying breath? The chiefs respond with raucous shouts of approval. By the old gods, I do. That's right, bow before me, losers. Then raise your axes with me, siblings, and let's bear witness to the start of a new age. The Lord Render, chosen of Valtor, will now be bathed in blood of the pretender. Where my honor guard? Just then, the god speaker grapples you from behind. As her knife kisses your throat, you try to shout, but only a gurgle comes out. Oh, shit! Stands idle as your throat is slit, clearly content with what's happening. You collapse to the ground and everyone cheers. Just as you're on the edge, the chosen of Valtor ambles up, kneeling over your body. The king is dead. Long live the king. As Bjarn bathed in King Pat the Great's blood, a bolt of lightning struck the sacred oak, splitting it in two. It was a sign from the old gods. The Lord Render has arisen. The grandees prayed and prayed for a miracle to place Zenoviva in her rightful place, but no miracle came. The Baron's revolutionary plans for their new model army were quickly shelved, but not forgotten. Those blueprints will come in useful someday. Bjarn, the Lord Render, marched south at the head of the army. Valtor was with him. The throne was seized by force, and the power of the old gods could never be denied again. Well, he made it an extra year. man. The part, like that, like, getting to a point where Defiance, like, oh man, I had, once you guys rebelled, I was fucked. I just realized. Like, the instant, tell Pat to check the phone. Oh, no. Suck it, Chiefs forever. LOL, suck it. I am the queen of the north. That's nice, honey. Well, that was a longer game than I anticipated. That went really well. Yeah. Well then. Yeah, the instant that rebellion came through, I was bonered. I was horribly bonered. Well, that was fun. Probably gonna play that again in the future. All right, let's thank Sapipo and call it a night. All right. Such as, oh, Bone King TV rated the channel earlier. Sorry, man, I missed it. Kirby Sauce kicked in a sub. I heard somebody was getting whipped. I brought the aloe. Yeah. I'm probably not going to play it again next time until the patch 1.1 comes out, because patch 1.1 is going to buff the the Monarch, because currently it's too hard for the Monarch to win. Kirby Sauce kicked in $5. Again, there's a weird Stellaris mod. It is. Dapper Cactar sub, another April Fools, another year of shitty, no effort attempts from humor from people online. Yep, that's the way of it. Emperor Dread kicked in a sub. These King of the Castle streams are a blast. Big Dokapon energy oozing from you in chat. Yeah, it totally is, isn't it? It totally is. Kaiju Dragon subbed, thank you. And Queequeg Theater kicked into $5. My ancestors are smiling upon me, Imperial. Can you say the same? I suppose not. I wonder if the options I had at the end about killing him or letting him go would have changed the Defiance in different ways. Like, would letting him go instead of killing him leave the Defiance slightly higher? Good to know for the future. Oh, well. That's it for me tonight. I'm going to get out of here. You all have a good night. I will see you on Monday for the podcast. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.